All right, shalom, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all infinite praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, or Hashem, Yahweh Shah, Hashem, Ruach, and double honors to the apostles and elders and the bishops across the forms of the earth, across the forms of the earth, that pushing and teaching this truth, and simultaneously to those for elect, scattered across the forms of the earth. All right, coming back to through the spirit of power, Yahweh Shema Shai. All right, you see the title, man. These heathens are getting ready to crash out. These heathens are getting ready to crash out. Okay. And one thing about, you know, with these American people and things in that third, what I'm saying, dealing with this country, this thing been going on for years. For years. Okay? For years have oppression been a thing in America. You see? But the average American really don't see nothing wrong with that, especially when it's towards a group that is quote unquote darker than them, right? Now, after 2020 up until 2026, now these people are really starting to really feel, what I'm saying, what it's like to be a nigga, right? These people are these heathens, man. All right, these heathens, especially the so-called white man, especially the so-called white man. All right, the damn Caucasian himself, the wild man himself. And here he go, bitching and complaining about all the troubles and all the suffering and all the torment and everything being tax after tax after tax. You know what I'm saying? Not getting what you want from your presidents, right? You've been dealing with this shit for fucking years. And now you want to fucking scream, you want to scream and cry and bitch complain? You see? And like I said, Jake been going through this shit for fucking years. But worse. And you be the motherfuckers that do it. And now y'all want to sit here and complain? You got Edomites bossing damn, you know what I'm saying? They getting mad at Jake for not doing enough. They getting mad at Jake, oh, y'all not doing nothing about it? Right? I mean, you do got our people, right, that's suffering from that shit too. But how many more times must so-called Jude Salaki, how much more must Judah, right, the so-called Negroes, the main ones that be marching and protesting and doing all this and that the third for their fucking rights, their quote-unquote rights that they don't have here in America? I'm pretty sure Judah understand that all them protests and shit don't fucking mean shit. All right? I mean, he still got, you know what I'm saying, quote unquote, civil rights group. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? The motherfuckers like the Black Panthers and all that, right? Motherfuckers like them are still around. Okay? But again, they don't have the truth. They don't know the names of Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. They don't put their trust in the Bible. So they just like these people in the world, lost and confused. But the only thing different is that they quote unquote know their shit. They know their laws and all that. Just not the laws of the Bible. Okay? And all that protesting and all that is completely worthless. It's worthless. Now you got these Edomites talking about the protests and all that is worthless now. You know? The Edomites are screaming revolution, Tea Party. the big word that nobody ever want to fucking hear. The big word, the big action that these people are scared to take upon. Why? Because they're government. And one thing about this government, it done shit really Esau, right? Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followed it, right? For the earth is given to the hands of the wicked, and it covereth the faces of the judges thereof. Okay? This earth is ruled by the wicked. Who is the wicked according to the Bible? Esau. So Esau, you so-called Caucasian, you so-called Europeans, you so-called white people, you fucking wild men. You're in control of the world right now, and you're running all the programs and organizations, corporations, right? Corporations. You got all of that. You got your hand in all of that. You're the top of the earth. You got everything. This is all being done by your hands, by your thoughts and your intentions on ruling the world and controlling the masses. And now it's being torn all down. It's being torn down. Even while you think you're winning, right? When establishing your system, all while you setting up your grid. You're not going to get away with this, Esau. You're not. We're going to continue to remind you that you're not going to fucking get away for anything that you have done to our people. All right? And your own people are getting fucking sick of it, man. As I'm about to show you in this clip. It's a very lengthy clip, so I'm going to try to skip the first half of it, because you just going on about some, saying, cancel me, right? Okay, that we, people don't want to talk about this situation, about a quote unquote revolution. And I ain't did it, so why not? I do it right now. What is a revolution? Okay, what is a revolution? Okay, ooh we. Let me get a simple definition. Simple. Okay, revolution. Revolution. That's all I can put this up. Revolution. A revolution is a sudden, fundamental, excuse me. A revolution is a sudden, fundamental, and complete change in a society or system, and that is the government. Okay? A forcible overthrow of a government or social order in favor of a new system. These people are in favor of a new system because they're tired of the system that they've been running in for years. For years. For more than over 250 years, man. Okay? Let me see the answer to this question real quick that he got. Does revolution mean war? A revolution is a major social or political change. By the way, this is Google telling it, not me. This is Google telling it, not me. A system, a software, an application applied right on the device for the use of individuals, right, by the government. Okay, this was set up by the government, by a small head, by the way, right? Google was set up by a small head, so that's out the way. Does revolution means war? This is according to Google. A revolution is a major social and political change, while a war is organized. So like while a war is organized armed conflict, it's still a war because people using armed conflict. Remember the Boston Tea Party, right? Remember how that shit goes? Which ultimately, my history is friendly on it myself. But shit, it's the Boston Tea Party, and that led to a revolution, right? And trust and believe, there have been many, 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 many overthrows. Many overthrows. And it's recent. Matter of fact, let me do this. Let me look this up. Recent overthrows of governments. Hey, listen. You had Bolivia that had a revolution recently, right? And I'm from what I'm reading, it's coming. It's stemming from the rise of fuel. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that's coming from Trump, right? The cruel lord that would say that would be the cause of most of these prophecies to start coming to pass. Hey, we told you this is the man that will be set up to bring this country down, to bring Babylon down. We told you. Or which we say we love to believe that. Cause it can't be nobody else but Nero. Right? So Bolivia, Benin, Madagascar, so like Madagascar, Nepal, and they got the Dominican Republic, of the Congo, right? All these I made, so I'm gonna go into most of those. I'm not gonna go into all, but not in the video, but maybe another video, as well, if it's edifying, right? But Salaki. Let me get the video ready. But yeah, man. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and play the video. Hey, but these people are calling for Salaki looking outside to see what's going on. My fast Salaki. All right, hopefully it's still good. All right, anyways. Yeah, man, let me go ahead and play this video for you. All right. But the heathens are getting ready to crash out, man. All right. These heathens in this world, in this country here in Babylon the Great, all right, they're getting ready to stand up against the government. That you know what I'm saying? Their mindset is ready for that. All right. But anyway, so here you go, man. Let's see, let me make sure everything good. Okay. All right. Here you go. Cancel me when I'm done with this video. And matter of fact, like I said, I'm gonna skip because all he's saying like cancel me, right? So like give me 1 second. Let's see if I can find it to where he actually started talking about it. Let's see. Start from right about here. For a long time, and that nobody else is saying on the internet. Because if you say it on the internet, it could end poorly for you. But I don't care. I'm gonna say it anyway. And here's the thing: what's happening right now in this country is already past the line. We've already passed what should have been the line for revolution.
What's happening right now with ICE and with everything else is our Boston Tea Party, right? Like our Boston Tea Party moment. Like taxation without representation. Well, we are at the point where we don't have rights. We've sacrificed all of our rights so that corporations can be rich. We've sacrificed all of our rights so that billionaires can exist. I don't give a fuck how you feel about that. That's the fact. I don't care, by the way. I'm not speaking to just blue.
Yeah, that's capitalism. Corporations been set up to rule over you. Just the fact that they can get paid and they get rich and wealthy, and their kids and all that get rich and wealthy. There's videos out there of these people, kids, right? Their children are boasting the fact that they're millionaires, all because of their parents. All because of their parents. Their parents got them to be billionaires. Why? Because they understand that game, right? And ultimately, these are families that will end up ruling these companies and ultimately be shareholders as well, but also partners, you know what I'm saying? All that with these companies, with these corporations, just for the mere fact of having a stable life for their children. And that's about damn near almost all the freaking Americans here in America, right? In Babylon the Great, and all these Babylonians and all that, right? All these Babylonians, all these individuals came over here for a better life. That's the juice that Babylon presented unto their guests, onto their people that they been doing trade with, been making all these deals with. They saying, oh, you know what I'm saying, you can come to our country, you know what I'm saying, our culture is good and all that, right? That Babylonian juice, that freaking golden cup that been in his hand, okay? And all the nations been running to it and drink of that cup, okay? They got a sip of it and they've been drinking and drinking and drinking and drinking and drinking until that buzz, that feeling is starting to wear off, okay? It's starting to wear off because it doesn't hit the same. It doesn't hit the same no more. It's like it's a different taste. It's been made by somebody else, right? And that's the spirit that is leaving out of these people. And they starting to wake up to reality and starting to smell the coffee. They starting to smell the coffee. Okay? These people are getting fucking tired of the fucking oppression that is going on here in the country where it's supposed to be free, but yet look how it's doing this people.
Voters, I'm talking to everybody. If you're a conservative or whatever, listen to me. I'm talking to you too. This is a class war that we're losing, and we have failed to acknowledge it because we're so divided upon these fucking blue red lines that we've lost our fucking way.
You damn right. Hey, let's get that real quick. Right? A kingdom divided cannot stand. That's beautiful. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 12. The book of Matthew 12 and verse 25. And it reads, and Yahushua knew their thoughts and said unto them, yeah, I'll start. I'll read from here. Verse 25. And Yahushua knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. And if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand? Right? How shall this man kingdom stand if he can't even come together and be in unity amongst himself? Amongst himself. Just like what it says in the scriptures when and I believe the apostle Paul said when he says that we have to be like-minded, hey, trust and believe when Jake get together and actually set on something, and want to make things happen, they're going to have, they know it's common sense that you have to agree on one thing, right? And not be going against things or whatever. You're going to have to see the common sense out of something just so y'all can come to an agreement and have things work out that way, right? That just common sense. And that's something that common sense, common sense is not so common, especially in the Esau, right? So like it also says in the scriptures, right? Is wisdom no more intimate? And that's in the book of Jeremiah. I believe if I'm not mistaken, chapter 49. Okay. And so with the book, with this Bible, with the Bible, the holy book, right? The book of the earth, right? But yeah, it's been taught down on so much. How can it hey, this ought to let you know that this is the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Shai upon the earth, moving things, man. All right. Constantly having things moving in the spirit to way how the Lord wants it. And it's beautiful. It's beautiful, man. It's beautiful. And it's not going to get any less beautiful. I'm definitely that. It's not going to get any less beautiful. It's going to continue to be even more glorious. And we're going to continue to give the Lord Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai glory, man. Because he deserves it. This is his work. All right. And the very and on top of that, he handpicked us. He called us into his grace, into this truth to experience it all. Beautiful. You just can't, there's no word to express it. You just can't say beautiful enough, man. All right. This is the best opportunity to have. The best opportunity. Excuse me, I'm a little excited. The best opportunity to have in a lifetime. Okay. So, hey, man, we here in this time. We are here. Okay. We are here. So, like, let's keep going.
Fucking blue red lines that we've lost our fucking way. Listen, go look at what's happening in Delaney right now. Go look at what's happening. The police are literally arresting everybody just for protesting. The First Amendment, there's a reason it's number one. The First Amendment is dead. It died. It died, motherfucker. It died.
Yeah, they never give a fuck about the Constitution. They never give a fuck. They never give a fuck. If they give a fuck, they would have dismantled the whole administration and the government as we speak. The current administration and the government, if they actually care about the Constitution and the people's rights, all right, they will reassign right now. They will reassign. They will drop down, stand down, remove themselves out of their position. They would do the country a favor if they all just step down, starting with Trump, since he's the head, he's the god of them, right? He's their god, right?
This year, with everything that happened in Chicago and DC and Minneapolis and LA and now New Jersey and every place in between, the First Amendment's dead. If you think our First Amendment rights still exist, you're a fucking lunatic. I'm posting this. When I get done recording this, I'm going to post it on the internet, and there's a chance that I could face DOJ federal charges and indictments for me saying this out loud.
Because they don't want one, but at the same time they do. Problem, reaction, solution. You got to know their plans and know their slogans and phrases and models and all that they go by. Problem, reaction, solution. They need that for their agenda, right? Their 2030 agenda where they can push all their needs and their interests, right? To have a controlled society, right?
That thing is that we need a revolution. We need people to take to the streets and say, fuck it all. That's it. We're done, dude. If we don't have our...
And now at the same time, I'm gonna say this, so lucky for me pausing so much, but at the same time, At the same time, as they may say, oh, we don't want no revolution, or what I'm saying, the government may say, oh, you want to get some time for, oh, you speak of, coming against us, this and that, the third, and they don't put the laws in and all that for that. So people may just put somebody in, have it on the news to be like, oh, this person is trying to raise against the government. We took them down, right? Just to put fear in people, regardless. But at the same time, again, like I said, problem, reaction, solution. Uh, I got to go back into all that, man. All the models that they go by. All right, I'm not quite, keen on all the phrases that they go by. Like, again, like I just said, problem, reaction, solution, and order out chaos, right? Order out of chaos. Okay, pressure from above, pressure from below. Okay, these are models they go by, and most of these models basically mean we need a reaction for y'all, just so the fact that we can have a reason to do what we do, to do what we want to do. That's the minds of the elites.
1776 moment right now, we're about to pass the point of no return. And people are going to say, oh, Johnny, you shouldn't do that. There's still hope. We can still win the midterms and take back the House, and we can still fucking hold them all accountable. You're a delusional motherfucker if you believe that. I don't give a fuck. Cancel me. Cancel me. The governor of New Jersey is a Democrat governor that everybody was happy that she won the seat. Yay, Mikey Sherrill won the governorship. And she's the one that's sicking the state thugs on you right now. The governor of my state, Virginia, where I live, everybody was happy Spenberger won. I mean, even I voted for her. I was happy Spenberger won because fuck having a Republican governor. She vetoed the rights for unions to fucking have collective bargaining. She vetoed regulations against ICE. She had a massive veto against a bunch of things that our Democrat majority House of Delegates gave to her, because at the end of the fucking day, the Democrats are nothing more than moderate conservatives. We don't have a left-wing party. We don't have it, motherfuckers. And if you think the fucking Democrats winning the majority in November is going to save us from this shit, then we're just going to be back here in a couple of years any goddamn way.
The Democrats are just white supremacists that just want to act as they want to be. You know what I'm saying? They just want to be their feminine selves. That's all. The Democrats are just happy people that want to express themselves, but also hate the guts of so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians here in America. They're just like the left. They were right, whatever the fuck. They're all the same fucking people, man. Matter of fact, to let's see. All right. The book of Revelation, chapter 13, and verse 11, and it reads, and it reads, and I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. And of course, this is speaking of America. Two horns like a lamb, speaking of the left and right, the Republican and the Democrat. Okay, your two sides of the government, and they speak as a dragon, meaning that draconian. Be having trouble saying these words. Draconian law, draconian measures. Let's look it up. Draconian laws. Okay, let you see it real quick. Draconian laws refers to laws, rules, Slovakia. Draconian laws refers to rules, policies, and penalties that are excessively harsh, cruel, or disproportionate. I know, but it's fucking try to say that word. Fuck that shit. Uh, Penalties that are excessive, harsh, or cruel to the offense, The term originates from Draco, an ancient Athenian lawmaker who introduced a strict legal code in 621 BC, where even minor crimes were punishable by death. Okay, so yeah, man. Basically, laws being pushed for the sake of, what I'm saying, being strict. Okay, for example, you jaywalking can lead you up to ultimately like 20 years, or even worse, they want to chop your damn fingers off. Or matter of fact, chop your toes off, right? Have you think twice before you lean upon them toes, right? Verse 12. And he exerciseth all the power of the first beast before him, right? The Roman Empire, and causeth the earth and them that in them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. All right, again, it's speaking of the Roman Empire, the first Roman Empire. Okay, from when it was up until really up until now. Cause a lot of these historians and all that been arguing about some. Oh, when was Rome went down? Da, 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 da. Rome never went down. They just took a break. Really, they just took a break. All right. Rome is still here today. Just been modernized way heavily been modernized, right? Because there's a lot of things that America has that Rome been practicing back then, but America just made it more modern and fucking they model their buildings and all that after Roman architecture, right? Anyways, we ain't getting into all that. That's really all I want to get, right? So yeah, again, back to the video. Let this finish. Ain't got much longer.
Years any goddamn way. The status quo is what got us here. The Democrats uphold the status quo. If you're a staffer on Capitol Hill and you're watching this video and you never want to let me talk to your fucking congressperson again, I don't give a fuck. I'm done, dude. I'm done. I'm punching my fucking card. I'm punching my fucking card. Not enough people are fucking angry. Not enough people are in the fucking streets. A revolution is not happening yet. It needs to. It's still not too late, but god damn it, it's almost too late. And if motherfuckers don't get involved, right, go look at what's happening in Delaney Hall right now. Go look at what's happening in Delaney Hall tonight. Go look. Go look. Tell me about your constitutional rights. Tell me how much they really exist. They don't. We don't have rights anymore. If you're not rich and wealthy, if you're not Elon Musk, if you're not Donald Trump, if you're not a part of the fucking 1% billionaire class, motherfucker, any perceived power you have is nothing more than that. A perception. Cancel me. I don't give a fuck. Run this across the internet, tell everybody I'm a delusional fuck and I've gone too far and I've said too much and I'm being whatever the fuck you want to. I don't give a fuck. What I'm saying is the truth. Whether you see it now, 10 years from now, 20 years from now, I don't give a fuck when you see it. But I said the truth. Fucking chew on it. So I'm done.
And there you go, man. Like I said, just like the title says, these Edomites are getting ready to crash out, man. Okay, and they finna start suffering more from the curses. The curses being transferred over to them, right? The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 30, and I start at verse 6, and it reads, "And the Lord thy God, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, will circumcise thine heart and the heart of thy seed, and to love the Lord Yahweh thy God with all thine heart and with all thy soul, that thou mayest live." And that is, transferring always onward to the kingdom. If we are of the elect, you know, and those of us that may have children, right? Our children will be transferred to the kingdom. All right. Just like it says in the book of First Timothy, right, chapter 2, It's your family, right? Your family gonna be safe with you, man. All right, and y'all both, all you, your family, could be living righteous. Okay, onward to the kingdom, being of the 1/3 multitude ultimately, right? Verse 7, and the main point, and the Lord Yahweh thy God will put all these curses upon thy enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee. And thou shalt return and obey the voice of the Lord Yahweh and do all his commandments which I command thee this day. All right, so the curse is being transferred over to the Edomites, ultimately all the heathens, but mainly towards the Edomites. And they're only getting a fraction. Not, I wouldn't even say a fraction. All right, just a little suffering, just a little bit, way less than a fraction, man. You starting to cry and bitch complain now just from gas prices, just from mortgages, just from taxes and all that. A lot more Edomites starting to complain about taxes and all that, man. Or gas prices and food and whatever. These Edomites are just crashing out about anything that they suffering from, that they put their hard earned money and they trust in the government, right? These Edomites about sick of it, man. They about sick of it. All right, let's see. That's another one I want to get. The book of Isaiah. Okay, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 19 and verse 1, and it reads, "The burden of the Lord, Salak, the burden of Egypt. Behold, the Lord Yahweh rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt." All right, he's coming in upon a swift cloud. He rideth upon a swift cloud, meaning the chariots. All right, mainly the fathership. That's where the heavenly Father, well, ultimately, with Yahweh Shai is going to come in. Okay, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. All right, his culture and his ways are starting to, die away. People not loving this country no more. Verse 2, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. And that's exactly what you see on a small level, but on a greater level, you're gonna see it more. All right. Now the talks of a revolution is in the air. Now you finna see what these Edomites really had going on back then when, setting up this country, the American Revolution, right? Your country basically got its name and, start, quote unquote, by a revolution. So how much more, how much more, right, was this revolution is, quote unquote, much needed for this country? Okay. Let me go ahead and get this last precept and I'm gonna go ahead and end it. Okay. The book of Second Esdras, chapter 15, Second Esdras 15 and verse 14, and it reads, woe to the world and them that dwell therein. For the sword and their destruction drive nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. You're gonna have individuals fighting against ICE, fighting against police departments, even SWATs, even some branches of the military are going to come again, the martial law. Okay, going to try to come in and settle and handle affairs, and it's not really going to go the way that they think it's going to be. All right. Verse 16, for there shall be a sedition among men, and invading one another. What is a sedition? Matter of fact, let me ask the better question. Is sedition, right? Is sedition the same as a revolution? Sedition is not the same as a revolution. Sedition is the preparatory act of plotting or inciting rebellion, whereas revolution is the successful overthrow and replacement of an established government or political system. Now, if you want to say that, the sedition is before the revolution, since a quote unquote revolution is a complete overthrow, right? But a sedition, you're going to have people fighting. So therefore, you're going to have sedition, then you're going to have a revolution, quote unquote, was really, they are the same thing, basically. They just want to, give out the actual truth. You see? So again, for verse 6, second Edges 15 to 16, for there shall be sedition among men, invading one another. There shall not regard their princes, their kings, nor princes, in the course of their actions shall stand in their power. And all these politicians, their congressmen, Democrats, Republicans, don't matter who the fuck is in the offices, saying the Senate that's help pushing these laws and all that, man. People are going to start going after those people. Okay? They're going to start going after these people. Ultimately wanted to you know, wanted to, say hello to them, right? They just want to say hello to them, just like Peter, like he said. Okay? So you're going to have people, you're going to have your average American go after another average American. Why? Because they are suffering here in Babylon the Great, and their government does not care about them. So therefore, they say, "Fuck it, I might as well just act whatever way that that I just think, I just think that is reasonable, or right." That's why people are crashing out when they go to the White House and shoot it up and all that, right? The time of Jacob's trouble, right? Just like that guy that said Bishop Nate. That Bishop Nate said that it was not going to be no Jacob's trouble. There should be a time, right? A time like never before. All right, and he damn, hey, I believe the apostle say that he's in the spiritual world. Hey, he damn sure fucking know that there's a time of trouble now. All right, he damn sure know it now, and he's watching it. He's gonna watch it happen, and ultimately he's gonna watch you, Bishop Nate. Right, this is the same guy that he asked you a question. You gave him a fucking lie. Now he gonna watch you and ultimately laugh at your ass if your ass go through trouble here in America. Ultimately, you may will. Cause look what the fuck you teach. Look what the fuck you got going on. You're not leading the people, right? You boasting in the laws, which you say you really not keeping, right? It's a lot that's happening here in this world. It's a lot that's going on in this world. Not even here in Babylon the Great. It's a lot that's happening here in this world. The war just started back. So I mean shit. Everything is moving fast, man. You got niggas playing. Man. And now these devils are speaking of a revolution, of an overthrow, right? Uh I'll continue reading real quick. Verse 17. I read down to verse 19. Second Esdras 15 and 17. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. That Jacob's trouble, man. That Jacob's trouble. All right. We're going to get this, and I'll go ahead and end it. All right. Scripture says, the scripture says, every hand of the wicked shall be upon him. All right. The book of Job, chapter 20, and verse 22, and it reads, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Right? He should be in trouble. This man going to catch trouble on all corners of his home. On all borders of his home, he's going to have trouble. All right. And here it is. Here's the point. Every hand of the wicked shall be upon him. And when you go into this word wicked, right, as we love to say that the wicked is Esau, when you go into the word wicked here in this verse, it's going to Imal, and it goes into laborer. So it's speaking of the laborers, the person that keeps that keeps the system going, so to speak, right? That keeps fueling the system, and that's your Americans, right? Mainly Jake, right? That's really speaking of Jake. But of course, there's going to be Edomites, Moabites, all people, heathens, quote unquote, that's going to be tired of the oppression as well. That's been feeling it themselves as well. And they could be part of it, part of the quote unquote rebellion or overthrow of the government, right? Hey, you wanted this, Esau. You fucking wanted it. This is your blessing that you wanted. This is the blessing. But this the end of your blessing, man. Okay? When our forefather Isaac told you that your blessing was gonna be the sword, well, you're gonna receive the fatness of the earth, you're gonna receive everything. But how you gonna do it? Through the sword. And you definitely gotta know that was gonna come with consequences. That was gonna come with consequences. Cause that wasn't the end. You think that was the end, right? Or you think when Jake was ruling right back then during the time of the Moors and all that, you think that was the end of our time? Fuck no, stupid motherfucker. After you, it's gonna be us. Then it's gonna be nobody else after us. After you, it's gonna be us, and it's gonna be nobody else. Moab think they fucking up next. Them niggas through. We gonna have to go over there and humble their ass. But for you, we just go ahead and live it up as much as you can. Go ahead and do all that you can, and please, 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 please. We saying this to you, but understand that we are patient. But we saying this to you. Hurry your bitch ass up and do what you gotta do, man. Do what you gotta do. All I gotta say, it's just that's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. Cause at the end of the day, you already know what time it is, Esau. You know what time it is. You know what time it is. You might as well hurry up and get this thing over with. Okay? Your kingdom is through, man. Your kingdom is through. It's fucking through. All right. So yeah, with that, I'm gonna go ahead and end it, man. Okay. Hey, big things is coming this way. Big things are coming this way, man. All right, to the way of the elect, ultimately. So, saying that, me first and foremost, since I'm saying this, me, first and foremost, and the rest of you very few brothers and sisters out there of the household of faith, continue to stay prayed up and continue to stay diligent. Continue to stay diligent. Continue to change your ways. Anything that you may have, you know what I'm saying, amongst you that may be that you need to work on. All right. Cause we don't have to we don't have to live as pilgrims here in amongst here in the Babylon the Great, man. We got to live as pilgrims, ultimately. All right. Say we got to stay prayed up. Watch as well as pray, as the scriptures continue to say. All right. So yeah, with that, I'm gonna end it by giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Hakodash. To the apostles, the elders, and the bishops, and formers of the earth that push their teaching the truth, and salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom and a Bible ball. Death to the wicked. Stay prayed up, stay blessed.